Hello and welcome back here to Football Manager 2020 here at Rawslowgaming, where we're playing Bath City Football Club and trying to take them to the top of Premier League and beyond. Here we are at the end of the first season, and as you probably seen in the last episode, if you watched that, which you hopefully have, we cheated our way up to Vanarama National League. And we are about to enter the pre-season or after season or mid-season or whatever you would like to call it. And I'm going to cut most of it out and just show you what's interesting. And that is, of course, signing players or reports that would come forward that looks interesting to sign. So right now, I will maybe hire another scout and do a lot of scouting, and we'll try to get some new signings in for next season, for the first season in the National League for us. So I will see you when something interesting happens. So here we are at the start of the transfer window here at the 5th of June, I believe, or something like that. So we have added some staff to our team. We had added Brad Rook here, a second scout with pretty darn good judging ability and potential. So we can scout a little bit more, and we'll have a look at that shortly. And we prolonged the contract, or we tried to prolong the contract with Achemompong. I think we actually succeeded, but he hasn't properly accepted yet. We will have a look at a new head of youth development staff. Billy Clark isn't that great. We have offered a contract to Coleman as well. He's just to confirm it still, I believe. We got a new physio with McGregor here. And we tried to sign up a new sports scientist, but our board didn't think we needed that. So that's the status there. And Bill Clark is actually on full time. That's interesting. And for transfers here, we are at the start of it. It's today, but later here. You see joined 5th of June, but they haven't joined yet. So we have 4 players that we have signed so far from QPR, Chelsea, Watford, and Swansea. So pretty high profile players, so to say. And most of them are under 18s, James Clark, Imad Sanku, and Luke Mutraki. And then we have Shirley Rowan, who's a little bit older. So let's have a look here on the report cards for each of them. So Rowan here, 4 to 4.5 stars, according to Scouted, and a decent veteran national level. So that's pretty good, and what we need. Estimated salary 3.2 to 4.3k. We actually got him in on a lower wage, 2.8 to 2.7 or something like that. James Clark here asked for a 3-year contract, which is pretty darn crazy, and we did agree to it. And he's not really great in any of the positions that we are using usually. So he's a white back, right wing back, and in natural, but we will probably play him in defender, but we promised him to play in right winger. We will see how that works out, and he actually got a contract at 2.7k or something like that for 3 years, so that is definitely a little bit of a lookout. But he's also 4 stars here, 4.5 stars, and have potential to be Sky Bet League 1 player, so hopefully that will work out. And then we have Sanko, who's also here on right winger with the ability to play a defensive right back. And he had salary demands here, and I think we landed at about 1.2. And yeah, he's 3 starts at least, up to 4.5 stars, so we will see here, and potential up to full 5 stars, but at least 3 stars. So all right, a little bit on the weak side maybe. And then last we have Motruk, that is good on the left hand side, but can play a right winger as well. So very much focused on the midfield here at the moment. And he had salary demands 700 to 1k, and I think he got 875. So very low wage, and The ability here, very questionable though. 1.5 to 3.5 stars. Potential ability a lot though, up to full 5 stars. So we'll see here what happens here as we progress here, if everything is to the level we hope. So we will see the actual results of the signings here. 4 new signings confirmed. We will have a look at that shortly. And as you see here, Coleman and Eshimon accepts our offers. And 2 players called up for international duty for under 21s. Dimchuk, and hopefully can develop, and for Wales under 19s, Mutruk. And as you see here, 2.5 stars. And our best player there on the left wing, and on the right wing here we have Sanko and Clark at 3 stars. And let's see here, 4 new signings. So Mutruk we already had a look at, and Sanko pretty much as well. So Clark said 2.7k and Rowan 12.8k. And overall, the board is very happy with our signings here. So Clark, let's have a look here on his report, current ability. So 4 stars for wide wing back right, and 2.5 stars for right back, and for right winger 3 stars. So I'm actually not 100% sure what we will do with him, other than we might let him play as a wing back, or we'll just loan him out. So that is a little bit of a chance signing, especially since he asked for 3 years. I were thinking about maybe skipping it, but I didn't. Hopefully it will work out in the end. And yeah, that is the status right now, and we are having a huge backlog of players here that we are scouting, as a lot opened up here after the transfer window opened in the player search, even up to Premier League players that could be interested. So our scout priorities here have 22 players to scout, so we will see if we get any more signings here, and I will let you back in as soon as we do that, or try to get new loans in. That is also something that is going to happen shortly. I don't know if it's now or in a bit. I think it's in a bit, and we will try to get back maybe some of the players that we loaned last season. Especially Britton is our main target, and possibly Pearson as well, which will then of course play rather than Mutruk, but it's still good to have a backup. But anyway, I will see you next as we have some news. So a short break and we'll be back. So a little bit further on here, we have scouted another player that we have offered a contract, and they agreed on Cameron Berry here, and you will be with me as we confirm that and everything, as that will be immediate. So report rating of 79, somewhere between 2 and 4 stars as a center midfielder, and as you see there, we would like someone to play alongside Smith that is better than Richard or Simpson. They will do if we can't find anyone else, but here at 2k per month, I feel like Barry is a good option, and potential ability should be very good, and coming from Swansea he should be all right, and he actually had a pretty good season here in Wales in the Simru Premier last season. So he should be able to do something all right for us, I think. So let's accept that and move forward one day and see how that works out for us. Or a couple of days. Just let's hope that he's good. Very signing confirmed. Oh, all right. He will come on Wednesday, July 1st. So I guess we will see you on Wednesday, July 1st, or maybe a little bit just before that if we have found more players we are going to try to sign. And yeah, short break and see you again shortly. And here's then the update for before 1st of July. We have 2 transfers confirmed. Barry, as we already discussed, and then we also have Smirdon coming in here at around 2k in wage and a rating of 79 here, 2.5 to 4 stars current ability, and will replace Riley Lowe that actually didn't get a prolonged contract since he declined his first one, and then we got advice from our coaches just to release him. So that is what we're going to do here at the 1st of July. So hopefully 1.8k, I think we got him in that. So hopefully he's better than 2.5 stars. We have tried to re-loan Chilvers and he rejected, and then also we tried an offer here for Embontown, which looks great, but he rejected, and that can be understandable that he don't want to play with in Vanarama National League. He's 21 after all, so he probably wants a better club. And we also have looked at our previous loan players from last season and offered them contracts or offered them loans, but they didn't want, or the clubs didn't want us to loan them with our quality of players. We will retry that here as we get new players in. Far here is a player that we had an agreed contract on, but he were as well a right winger here, and we felt like we signed too many players in that position for that to be viable. But apparently an offer is in here for Shrewsbury under 18s. So they are in Vanarama National, no, not Skybet League 1. So that could be something that we sort of missed. And Smirdon and Barry is in here then, 2.5 stars. And our only option here in left back for Smirdon, and Barry goes in being 3 stars here, together with Richards and Simpson. And I think we will go with Barry and Smith. Richards could be. I think Richards will keep being the backup here. We will focus on. Yeah, I think we'll focus on Barry here. And Barry and Smith. And Smith just got an offer for a new contract. And a lot of players here in for far here. But here again, we will take a little bit of a break, and we'll see at the first match day in Vanarama National League. We will take a quick look here though first in the season preview. How are we doing? So 17 times the money and 18th place. 20 the lowest 4 teams are relegated, so our goal is of course to fight bravely against that. So we're decent. What we are really lacking now is a second striker alongside Brunt. So we really need to sign one or find one on loan. And just as I tried just before the 1st of July here, Britain didn't allow, or Britain's team didn't allow us to loan him again. So we will check that again, or I will look heavily for a striker to loan or sign. And I will get back with that unless we are back at the match, and I haven't been able to do anything about that before the first match day. But a short break and we'll be back shortly. And we're back, and it is at the match day, first match day here in Vanarama National League. We will go through a few things first though. First off, let's have a look here on the monthly head coach review, and they are very pleased with us in general. They are pleased with the transfers that we have done here in the preseason and everything like that. So that's very nice. And speaking about that, we will have a look here on the transfer history, because we have done a few things here. Barry and Smirdon is players that you saw, but we got Britton and Pearson back on loan, and we got in Taylor and Hackett here on loans as well. Taylor being a really good right back here for star ability, and I think it's Pretty much the same here for Hackett. Yeah, exactly. 4-star ability. So he will play alongside Smith. And then we, of course, have 2 transfers here that we got in sort of cheaply. Tom Price here, a development player that will be our first backup player here, I think, alongside for the midfield. Or Barry. I haven't decided yet. We will have a look on that. One of those maybe will go to under 23s. And then we have Kevin Healy here that we picked up extremely cheap on the contract. 275 per month for 2 years. And 3-star current ability and potential ability 4. And he will go in as a starting player, as a center back, as Taylor is suitable to right back. And he's better than Baxter and have more potential ability. So that is a very exciting signing that we have done. And we have one loan offer out here for Berko here for a left defender left, where we only have Smearton, which is sort of our weak link at the moment. And last, before we start things off and do the lineup here, we'll have a look at the season preview. So our odds to get promoted is 14 times the money, which obviously is quite high, but for being just promoted, that's actually a really good rating here. So we're 17th in the league according to the bookmakers at the end of the season, and that should mean that we should be sort of quite easily away from the relegation zone. So we'll hope that that's actually what's going to happen. So let's go through team selection. First, the match preview though here. And according to the odds makers, we are 3.4 times the money here against Barnard. So we are slight underdogs, not too bad or anything. So we will try this out. And what will we do? Harper here is not the player and Clark is not the player. So we will try here to do something really unorthodox, play with one wide back here, or wing back, and that is not going to be Harper, that is going to be Clark. And you want to play what? Defend. Yes, sure, you can play defend. I don't know how this will work out at all. We will try it, as I said, for a couple of matches or so, and then we'll play Sanko here as a winger, and you want to play what? Winger support, so you will get to play support. Now, obviously, this is maybe not the greatest, but we will try it, as I said, and work from there. Tom Smith together with Hackett. Hackett, you are best is as a Messala, so you will get to play Messala. And Smith, I said, Clark, Pearson obviously back, Britton and Brandt obviously together. And then we have Rowan, Taylor, no? Smearton, guess Smearton, you want to play what? Fullback, defend, sure, you can play that. And then we have Rowan and Taylor, which is not the correct. Oh, right, we got, now, this is not what we want to do. You go back, so you're actually going to be on the bench, Clark, because Taylor, you're going to play wing back. And then we have where do we have our defender? Was it Power? No, Healy, right? Yeah, Healy, you're playing instead of Clark. All right, so do you want to play no-nonsense fullback? Sure. So as you see here, we are going to put everyone in their preferred role and position. I think that's the best way to get the most out of the team in general. And looking at that, with the exception of Smirno, we pretty much got 3.5 to 4-star players all along, and that definitely looks nice according to me. So, what players will we have on the bench then? And as you see here, we're quite heavily on midfielders and things like that. And I think we are going to have to put quite a few players in the under-23s, Wings being one of them, I believe. So first off, goalkeeper, of course, we need a goalkeeper there. And Clark here, able to play in most positions in the right-hand side. And Motruk is a good player to support there as well. And we definitely need a defender that can play a little bit all over the place. Defender and defender left preferably. But we don't really have anyone like that, but we have Baxter. So we are going to send Bauer here to under 23s and Reigns to under 23s. Harper, are you also in for... Yeah, I think you are. And Simpson, you are targeted for a loan, and that's good. And do we send Harper down as well? Charlie Rowan. I think we do. Or no, you can stay. All right. So that's how we're going to play it here, and we'll kick off here at the first match of the season and the last match. Well, last and first match of this episode. So let's get things going here, and I believe I've recorded soon to like 2 hours, but we're probably somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes into this episode after edited. So, of course, just as usual, dressing room, hand over to assistant ×2, and team talk and play here. And we'll comment the match just as we always do here on Rawslowgaming, and trying to look forward and listening to our assistant manager or assistant coach that will come with suggestions, and we'll follow them all and everything like that. So first chance there, chance for Barnett that sort of failed, and Sanko with the ball, and through ball up to Britton. Britton versus the keeper, and it's saved there and out for a corner. And next up, nothing really. Next up, another corner here for Barnett, and it's cleared, but only to Barnett players. And a shot there from Coltreist, and it's a goal for Barnett here, very unfortunately. So we're trailing now 0-1 for Bath Eater versus Barnett. And we drop down to 21st position after that, apparently. And yeah, a real power shot there from Coltreist, and not the greatest of vision there from leg, so to say. He didn't see much, so can't blame him too much about that. Get the highlights straight after there on the kickoff. The ball to Hackett here in the middle, plays it wide to Sanko on the right hand side, and passes it back to Taylor, and up towards Britton, I believe, but unfortunately only to the defense of Barnett. So a chance for a counter-attack here. Fonguk with a through ball on the left-hand side up to Toronda, and he's challenged there, and it's going to be a penalty for Barnett here, very unfortunately. So a chance for them to extend their lead here. And it's Vilhete against our keeper, leg, and he managed to save and out for a corner there. Very good stuff there by leg, and pretty poor finish there, really. And we cleared out there that corner, so we're still only trailing by 1, which is very good here for us. So still with a chance to win this match. And Healy is a little bit on the tired side, probably due to some match in under 18s or under 23s. Under 23s is not in. We were not in under 18s. And there we have the end result of the first half. So I said training 0-1. Looks fair. Looking at the ratings, or the stats rather. And overall, I feel like that were decent. No one really that bad. Taylor a little bit on the bad side there, looking at the ratings, but in general, totally fine. And we'll actually do sub here quite early, because I know we have tight playing schedule. And just constant there to press the green button, and we have a highlight here first. So Hackett with a free kick, managing to get the ball back here outside the penalty area and shoots, and it's a goal for Bath City, but it's been disallowed for offside. What? Where was it offside? Oh, come on. Well, yeah, Bront were there, I guess, but oh, that's almost a little bit unfair. We'll put in Baxter here instead of Healy. And let's see here. Anyone more that is tired? We have Sanko and Hackett a little bit on the tired side, so we'll put in Clark. And we'll put in Barry. And they will just play in the same roles here. In general, when switching on players, we are not changing their roles though. So next up here in the 64th minute, the highlight going on. Bath City with the ball and a long ball up towards Bront, but that header really didn't lead to anyone. So unfortunately, a counter-attack here for Barnett, and it's hitting the crossbar, and we managed to clear it out for a throw-in. And not a throw in the corner. Here's comes the corner, and cleared out by Smith. But only to coast-rise, then another shot there, but saved there again by legging out for a corner. So Leg definitely doing quite well here for himself. So very happy about that late signing last season. And yeah, we did all 3 subs during the 59th minute. And next up here, a highlight in the 68th minute. Barnett with the ball and driving it forward here, and a big run from Alexander. Pushing, and sort of losing the ball, but getting the ball forward to Cole Thrice still. And he's passing into the middle, and Parvy here with a shot, or Pavey, not Parvy, but over at the top bar there. And we will do a shout here for the first time, pretty much, but we are getting shouts out all the time. It looks like a corner here for Barnett, and over everyone, and Rowan picking up the loose ball, passing up towards Bront, but unfortunately not correctly addressed. So Barnett coming back here again, Fonguk with the ball, passing to Alexander here on the right hand side, and back to Fonguk, and out to Mason Clark on the right hand side, and the cross, and to Tutunda, and a save by Leg. But no, it's a goal for Barnett. Somehow later managed it back into the goal. It looked really dangerous, and it looked like a pretty good save there by Leg, but unfortunately I guess he wasn't well balanced enough. Or something. Well, the animation is sort of stupid there, I guess. It was when he sort of went back and stand, so to say. I think that is when it was actually over the goal line. I guess it can happen in real life as well, but alright. So the end result for Bath City vs Barnes is 0-2. Shots 7-20, shots on target 4-17, and possession 53-47%. So obviously quite a well-deserved win there for sure for Barnett. But we're all right. I think we did all right there. First match in Vanarama National League, and as I said, like, had a good game, even though he did that mistake or something. So that will be everything for this episode. So I hope you have enjoyed the preseason here, or the mid-season between and the first match here, and hope that we are aiming to get a good season here. With that said, hope to see you here soon again. Bye bye. You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right, our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.